They say life is not always fair, but sometimes it is cruel beyond reason. Somewhere in the heart of Lagos, where neon lights flash over broken souls, a young girl's innocence was sold for the price of her father's next meal. There, in the midst of that chaos, walked a girl, Esther, barely 16, eyes like calm water, spirit unbroken. She wasn't one of the escorts who entertained the men upstairs. She only served drinks, quietly, gracefully, a smile hiding a thousand untold pains. Esther's father, Tunde, was a poor drunkard who once dreamt of greatness. But dreams don't feed a man's belly. One night, desperate and cornered by debt, he sold his own daughter to Mama Titi, a woman known in the area for her bar that doubled as a brothel. She go chop, she go sleep under roof. I no kill am, her father had said, pocketing a few wrinkled naira notes. And so Esther's story began, not in a home, but in a place where innocence goes to die. Years passed. She learned to smile through mockery. Men begged to have her sit beside them, to laugh at their jokes, to pour their drinks. She did, but never more. Not once did she cross the line. Even Mama Titi would hiss, "Na mumu girl be this one. You no go use wetin God give you. See your mates dey cash out." But Esther only whispered to herself each night, "I was not born to rot here." Then, one Friday evening, a convoy of SUVs pulled up in front of the bar. The ground trembled. Men stood in awe. Chief Balogun, a man of power and wealth, stepped out, his agbada sweeping the floor, his gold chain catching the light. Rumor had it that he owned half the buildings on the street. As he sipped his wine from the VIP room, his eyes caught sight of Esther moving through the crowd, poised, modest, radiant in a simple dress. He smiled. Who is that? Within minutes, Mama Titi herself was leading Esther to him. Chief leaned back and said, "Sit down, my dear. Drink with me. Don't worry, I don't bite." Esther sat, her hands trembling as she poured him another glass. He watched her every movement, and when the music got louder, he leaned in. "I want you tonight. Name your price." Her heart froze. "Sir, I'm not for sale," she whispered. He laughed. He offered money, gold, even promises of a better life. She refused again. He left, disappointed but intrigued. Chief returned again and again. Each time, Esther's no only fueled his obsession. Until one fateful night, when the rain fell hard on Lagos roofs, Chief came drunk and desperate. He ordered everyone out, and before Esther could scream, his power silenced her. His hands, his greed, his wickedness. That night broke her. The girl who swore to stay pure had her dignity stolen. She bled, she cried, she prayed, but heaven was silent. Weeks later, Esther discovered she was pregnant. When Mama Titi found out, she spat in disgust. "Pregnant in my bar? Carry your wahala. Go outside." And just like that, Esther was thrown into the cold streets with a bag of clothes and no hope. The rain fell again, washing her tears as she walked aimlessly until her legs gave way near a small rural town called Igber. And that was where Iyabos found her, lying by the roadside, soaked and fainting. Moved by compassion, Iyabos took her in. She was a widow who sold akara by the market square, poor but rich in kindness. "My daughter, rest. In this house you will find peace," she said. Months later, Esther gave birth to a baby boy, Mighty. She named him so because she hoped he would grow up stronger than the pain that birthed him. Mighty grew fast, smart, and full of joy. The villagers loved him, but whispers followed wherever he went. Now that girl we born for no husband be that boy's mama. At school, one day, his classmates mocked him. You no get papa, you be bastard. He ran home crying. Esther wiped his tears and whispered, your father was a soldier, my son. He died a hero. It was a lie, but one told out of love. Years passed. Mighty was now 18. Esther had aged but remained graceful. The same eyes, still gentle, still wounded. Then one dry season, a fleet of vehicles arrived in Igber again. The villagers gathered to see the man in Agbada, Chief Balogun. Now older, grayer, and even richer, he was there to oversee a government project. When his eyes fell on Esther at the roadside selling akara beside Aya Bose, his breath caught. That face, it can't be. That night he sent his men to bring her. She refused to go. His guards insulted her, called her a prostitute who had once pleased their master. Mighty overheard. His heart broke. Later, Chief's men returned, this time with force. Esther was dragged before Chief Balogun. He offered her a cruel deal. Be my mistress and I'll change your life. Refuse and I'll make it hell for you. She begged him to leave her alone. He laughed and signaled his men. They pinned her down. As her son watched from the window, her cries echoed through the night until silence swallowed everything. The next morning, Mighty found her lifeless body, a note in her trembling hand. My son, forgive me. Live. Become better than the men who broke me. Years rolled by. Mighty left the village, worked as a mechanic, and learned survival in the streets. One day, he stopped by the roadside to help fix a broken SUV. The man inside, older, frail, was Chief Balogun. Young man, you're good with your hands. Come work for me, Chief said. It was fate knocking again. Mighty accepted. He worked hard in Chief's company, earning his trust, climbing from mechanic to personal assistant. But in his heart, he carried a storm. Then came Nancy, Chief's granddaughter, a bright, kind hearted university graduate who saw something in Mighty no one else did. Their friendship bloomed into love. For the first time, Mighty smiled freely again. One weekend, Mighty took Nancy to the village to meet Iyabos. The old woman was overjoyed. So, this is the girl making my boy happy, eh? But when Nancy mentioned her full name, Nancy Balogun, granddaughter of Chief Balogun, the smile on Iyabos's face vanished. Her hands trembled as she dropped her cup. Balogun? Oh Lord, no. Mighty was confused. Mama, what is it? Through tears, Iyabos told the truth of Esther, Chief Balogun, and the night of horror that destroyed their lives. Nancy wept uncontrollably. The man she loved was her uncle by blood, and the monster who fathered him was her own grandfather. Mighty stormed into Chief's mansion, eyes burning with rage. Chief, now old and frail, looked up from his chair. You, you look familiar, Chief muttered. Mighty's voice shook. I'm Esther's son. The color drained from Chief's face. No, it can't be. But before he could speak again, Mighty's dagger pierced his chest. Blood met the white agbada that once commanded fear. For my mother, Mighty whispered, and turned the blade on himself. News spread like wildfire. Chief Balogun dead. His illegitimate son, Mighty, dead. His granddaughter, Nancy, unable to bear the pain, took her own life days later. In the quiet village of Igber, Iyabose wept under a mango tree, her wrinkled hands clutching the Bible. When a man sows wickedness, he reaps sorrow, even through his generations. Moral lessons. Evil never truly dies. it only sleeps, waiting for justice to wake it. A parent's choices can become a child's curse. Kindness can save lives. Cruelty destroys generations. No amount of power can silence the cry of an innocent heart. In a world filled with broken promises and silent tears, Esther's story reminds us that purity is not weakness, and love, even when buried under pain, still has the power to avenge, to heal, and to teach. For every Esther, every mighty, every Ayabos, may your strength never fade. Thank you as you go ahead to like, comment the part which touched you most, and subscribe to our channel so you get notified when next we come with videos having morals.